Texans and our home team. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godwin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be... Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you say?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Off the play fake. Lawrence. Caught here by Griffin. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. Had the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
From the 29, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Returning it is Moore. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Back to throw. Lawrence. And the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, up and good. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Now, the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
From the gun, Lawrence. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Samuels, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, we heard it, how heavily they stressed effective goal line offense this week in practice. Pays off there, they punch it in.
Now not only have we heard it, we saw it. All that preparation, and what it means is going back and examining what's been going wrong before. How can you correct it? Maybe it's even changes of personnel, but it paid off in this situation.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
50 play.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Well, throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards, the final tally. Now, what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Barkley, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
And that'll be incomplete.
Illegal touching.
We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
60 Pittsburgh.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, 43.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He completes it to Bryant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Mahomes going to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll drop the throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run with Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
it's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On the ground, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So with this,
and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, a little less than 4 minutes remaining. And the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
2nd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 2. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll run it again with Barkley. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down 20-17. Under a minute 20 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Complete to Bryant. And all the way to the opposite 45. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Coming to you, coming to you.
To throw is Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's going to let it. It's caught inside the 25. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the home team here, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss here